Hey guys, my name is Fire, and today I'm going to be talking a bit about hardcore within World War II here. Hardcore is generally something that I tend to shy away from, just because it's a game mode where you can die extremely easily, and I always find that very frustrating. For people who hate dying to snipers or shotguns, or basically any weapon that can one-shot you, odds are you're probably not going to like hardcore too much. But hardcore, pretty much every weapon can one-shot, and everyone has lower health. It's pretty basic and pretty standard. Your HUD or your minimap and everything's away unless you have a UAV up, and it's a pretty more like kind of like hidden game mode. A lot of people generally like hardcore because of the time to kill factor. A lot of people just like it for hitting clips, or it feels quite satisfying whenever you hit someone and say there's like 4 or 5 people lined up. Say in core where you have to hit like 4 or 5 bullets on them each, in hardcore here you only have to hit like 1 or 2 bullets on them each, and you can empty that entire 5-man within like a matter of seconds just with using a couple of bullets. It's kind of crazy. But as I said, hardcore is generally something that I tend to shy away from. I was never a big fan of it in really any Call of Duty game. Black Ops 3, I did play a little bit of it near the end of that game's life cycle, but whenever I was going for Dark Matter camo, I never like played hardcore or anything. I always played core. I actually played a lot of ground war. I think it was like ground war safeguard on the map evac. That map was amazing for it, and safeguard I absolutely loved that because it was 9v9. There was a load of players. I remember using the ICR on the map specifically, trying to go for headshots, and it was a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun playing hardcore or ground war in that game. But I never really played hardcore to go for the headshots. Now, I understand a lot of people find hardcore easier to go for headshots, but I was never that way. Now, I would say that I do agree more that hardcore probably is easier because you really only have to land like 1 bullet into their head. But the frustrating part that I found within hardcore is whenever you like try to line someone's head up with your iron sights, or whenever you're trying to line up the headshot, generally you were dead before you can line that up. But in core, I found it a little bit easier to line it up without dying immediately before I actually got the iron sights to line up. But yeah, I honestly think myself and a lot of other people really don't understand how much or how big of a community there is actually for hardcore, myself included. I actually didn't really understand how much people actually like hardcore. There's a lot of people who enjoy to play it. Prestigious Key is a big person for hardcore. If you watch any of his videos, generally within like Black Ops 3, I think he even played some in Infinite Warfare and different things, he plays quite a bit of hardcore. He does play core as well, but I can see him playing a lot of hardcore because hardcore is generally a fun game mode, and it's very effective for leveling up, getting challenges, hitting clips, just doing a lot of things. It's a fun game mode and can be enjoyable to play. One thing I specifically really like about it is you can cross map people with pretty much any weapon. Now, of course, no matter what game mode you're going to be playing, an assault rifle or a more low recoil weapon is going to be easier to cross map people, generally just because it's easier to control. But if you do have like an SMG or something with a bit more higher recoil, you can still very easily, or a lot easier than core, take out someone from a very far distance, and that's something that I really enjoy about hardcore. It doesn't limit you to one specific range. Like with SMGs, it limits you to a relatively close to medium range. You can try to take off people at longer ranges, but odds are if they have an assault rifle or a sniper rifle or anything that's gonna basically beat out your SMG, you're not gonna kill them unless they're sitting there standing there AFK. But yeah, as I said, I just wanted to talk a bit about hardcore within this video. Personally, I really enjoy the game mode. I think it's a fun game mode. I definitely think core is more popular, and core will always be more popular, but I'm still surprised to how many people actually enjoy this game mode. I will say, if you are going for challenges, always play hardcore. Now, if you're like me with Black Ops 3 specifically, I think I did like a couple of challenges in hardcore with Black Ops 3, such as like the pistol long shots, but otherwise I did like pretty much every single other challenge in core. You can play core, but I would recommend, if you do get used to hardcore, it's definitely better for headshots. And if you do think and you do agree that it is better for headshots, but you're not very good at it, continue to play it. Don't really care too much about your KD, because of course if you are going for the exclusion zone or dark matter type camo, which I believe is called chrome in this game, I have actually seen a picture of it, and it kind of looks, I don't know, it kind of looks dull. It's definitely not as good as something like Exclusion Zone or Dark Matter. I'm definitely saying it's nowhere near as flashy as them camos, but at the same time, it does suit the era, and I'm glad they're not going with all this like animated shit, which a lot of people would have got really pissed off at if they were. But yeah, as I said, just give hardcore a try. It's pretty effective for leveling up, for like medals and challenges, different things like that. Give it a go, even if you haven't played it yet. Even if you're going for camos, or if you want to play for fun, do just whatever you're doing. Give it a shot, at least at some point in the game's life cycle. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.